All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a philosopher with a truly epic mustache who, way back over 150 years ago, asked a question that feels, well, more real today than ever. In a world that just loves rules and efficiency, are we kind of forgetting how to be human? Let's get into the surprisingly modern ideas of Friedrich Nietzsche.
No, really. Just take a second and think about it. You know that feeling when you're just going through the motions? Wake up, do the thing, go home, repeat. Almost like you're an autopilot, right? Like a little robot just checking off boxes on a to-do list. Well, that feeling, that's exactly where our story kicks off.
So, this is what Nietzsche was worried about. He saw the world becoming obsessed with thinking like a machine, a place where the most important thing was to be orderly, predictable, and, super efficient. He kind of pictures society building this giant machine world where everyone's just supposed to follow the program.
And check this out. Here are the two paths laid out for us. On one side, you've got that machine world. It's safe, it's efficient, no surprises, it's awesome at solving problems. But then, you've got the human world. And yeah, it's messy, it's unpredictable, it's full of what he called beautiful mistakes. But that's where all the creativity and art comes from. Nietzsche was basically asking, hey, which way are we heading?
He'd point to ideas just like this one. And hey, on the surface, that sounds pretty great, right? Who doesn't want less pain and a longer life? But Nietzsche asked a tougher question. What if a life that's only focused on being comfortable and safe is, well, kind of boring? What if we're missing out on all the challenges and adventures that actually give life meaning?
And that's the big question that just hangs in the air over the whole machine world. Is this really it? Just follow the rules, stay safe, and that's the whole game? This is the exact moment when you need a hero. Someone who's brave enough to ask if there's a totally different way to live.
So who's our hero? Well, it's not actually a single person. It's an idea that Nietzsche called the free spirit. And this is anyone, absolutely anyone who feels trapped by the rules of the machine world and decides, you know what, I'm out of here. They decide to make that great escape.
So, what is this free spirit? It's that person who stops everything and just asks, why? Why are we doing things this way? It's someone with the courage to actually listen to their own inner voice, someone who's brave enough to try and build something completely new, even if it means stepping off that safe, predictable path.
Now, this journey, it's not easy. It starts in a world of you shall, a world that's just full of commands and rules. But then that little question, why, starts a fire. That leads to the break, shattering those old chains. And then comes the best part, the most exciting step, discovering not what you should do, but what you can do, what you yourself are capable of creating.
So what does our free spirit do after breaking free? They don't just wander aimlessly, they become an artist. And I don't just mean with paint or music, but an artist with their own life. They get that the meaning of life isn't something you go out and find like a treasure hunt. It's something you have to create.
Yeah, instead of seeing the world as this big, complicated problem you have to solve with logic, Nietzsche saw it as this grand, cosmic game. It's beautiful, it's a little wild, and it's just packed with possibilities. The whole point isn't to win by following some strategy guide. It's to play, to create, to dance with all the beautiful chaos of it all.
And to explain this, he used these two awesome forces from the ancient Greeks. First, you've got Apollo. That's the force of order, of dreams, of structure. Think of it like carefully building with Legos to make something perfect. And then, you've got Dionysus. That's pure, wild energy, passion, music, like just losing yourself and dancing like nobody's watching. Nietzsche said that to create anything truly amazing, you need both, the structure of Apollo and the passion of Dionysus.
And really, this is what it all boils down to for the free spirit. We are not here to be cogs in a machine, just solving for X. We are here to be artists. And our life? Well, our life is our masterpiece.
Okay, now this is where it gets really, really interesting. Remember, Nietzsche was writing all this stuff 150 years ago, way before anyone was even dreaming of computers or smartphones. But his warning about a machine world, a world obsessed with predictable results, it sounds an awful lot like our world, doesn't it? And you see it everywhere, especially now with the rise of artificial intelligence.
I mean, just think about how an AI works. It follows its programming, it chews through tons of data, it calculates the most probable, most efficient answer, and then it does its job perfectly. It is the ultimate problem solver. It's the machine world made real.
But now look at how a human, a free spirit, thinks. We don't just follow the data, we question it.
We create things that have literally never existed before. We make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes are the best part. We feel things. We dream up impossible futures. We change our minds. Our thinking is messy and emotional and completely unpredictable.
And this all leads to a really powerful idea. In a world that's getting more and more run by these perfect logical machines, maybe our imperfections are what actually make us so valuable. Our emotions, our weird ideas, our ability to make those beautiful mistakes, these aren't bugs in our programming. They're our most essential human features. They are the source of all art and all creativity and all real freedom.
So I'll leave you with this thought. As the machines all around us get better and better at thinking like machines, Nietzsche's old questions suddenly becomes one of the most important questions for our future. It forces us all to ask, what's the part of me that isn't a machine? And how can I make that part the most beautiful, creative, and powerful work of art it can possibly be?